One single government official. That's all that stands between you and me and the gun grabbers finally succeeding in interpreting the Second Amendment out of existence. Maybe forever. Hello, this is Dudley Brown, President of the National Association for Gun Rights. Thank you so much for listening to this brief message. With time so short, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm counting on your immediate action to help ensure President Trump's U.S. Supreme Court nominee, Neil Gorsuch, is confirmed. The fact is, if Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Elizabeth Warren and the rest of the gun grabbers in the Senate get away with stonewalling Judge Gorsuch, I'm afraid it could be the death knell for the Second Amendment. After all, in the U.S. Supreme Court's Heller decision in 2008, the court only upheld the Second Amendment as an individual right by a 5-4 margin. That means that if one more justice would have ruled that the right to keep and bear arms applies to government only, not to law-abiding citizens like you, the Second Amendment would have effectively been wiped off the books. With Justice Antonin Scalia's passing a year ago last February, gun grabbers thought they had this Supreme Court vacancy in the bag. But Second Amendment supporters stopped confirmation of any more of President Obama's radical U.S. Supreme Court nominees. And then the American people shocked the world by defeating Hillary Clinton, our next supposed president-in-waiting, at the ballot box. The great news is Neil Gorsuch is a strong constitutionalist and strong nominee for you and me to rally behind. In fact, he ruled in the National Association for Gun Rights' favor in a recent case involving political speech, overturning a flatly unconstitutional Colorado election law. And he's been called a worthy heir to Justice Scalia, who built a reputation as one of the strongest defenders of the Second Amendment and other freedom issues on the court. But all of that success will mean nothing for Second Amendment supporters if Senate gun grabbers like Chuck Schumer and others get their way. In fact, many gun grabbers are already threatening a filibuster to block Gorsuch's confirmation. If they get their way, either Justice Gorsuch will be blocked or the Senate could employ the so-called nuclear option to confirm him. If that happens, it would be yet another nail in the filibuster's coffin and ultimately make gun grabs like former President Obama's background check national gun registration scheme virtually impossible to stop in the future. That's why you and I cannot allow it to get to this point. Instead, we must fight to confirm Judge Gorsuch to the Supreme Court now. The good news is, I'm confident that will happen if we can turn up enough heat. That's why the National Association for Gun Rights is pulling out all the stops with a full-scale grassroots mobilization program to confirm Judge Gorsuch, including using mail and email to contact up to 12 million Americans from coast to coast, alerting them to the crisis we're facing, conducting a state-of-the-art internet campaign, including everything from targeted internet ads to social media and blogs to expand our reach far and wide. Last-minute phone and email mobilization to ensure key swing votes in the U.S. Senate really begin to feel the heat. But time is short, and I'm short on cash to fund it. That's why I'm calling to ask for your immediate help. First, my staff has made up special Confirm Gorsuch Now petitions to your U.S. senators. Please agree to sign and return them immediately. Second, I hope you'll agree to your most generous contribution. With time so short and the stakes so high, I hope you'll agree to a generous contribution as well. My hope is you'll agree to stretch with a gift of $250 or $100. Now, I know that's a lot to ask for. The Second Amendment's future could literally hang in the balance, and everything you and I fought for so far could go up in smoke if we don't close the deal by confirming Judge Gorsuch. But if contributing that much right now is just out of the question, will you please agree to $50 or at least $25? Your support would mean the world to me right now. With gun grabbers threatening to block Judge Gorsuch, we have to act. Not fighting is not an option. So please agree to sign your petition and agree to your most generous contribution of $250, $100, $50 or $25 immediately.